Ladies and gentlemen, we have 1 day left in our first weekend of the Modern Warfare 3 beta. And I just want to start this video out by saying, in my memory, this is the best received Call of Duty beta to date. I have never seen so much positive feedback about a beta, which is 100% a good thing. There is a lot good in this beta. There is some strange decisions that we're going to talk about throughout this. But as a whole, I have to say, we've been having a lot of fun with this beta, and I only see it getting better upon the full release. Now, in this video, what we're going to be talking about is my honest impressions of the first weekend of the beta. Now, there are some things in this video that I think definitely need to be changed in game, updated, or will just be fixed when the full game is launched. There's some really bad things that I think definitely need to be addressed, and those will be towards the end of the video. And then there's some things that are just my opinions that some people may very strongly disagree with. And what I want from you guys is to let me know your opinions so far of the beta. If you've played it on PlayStation this weekend, let me know what you're thinking so far. If you haven't played it or been just watching gameplay, let me know your thoughts about it, the good, the bad, the ugly, everything in between. But this video is going to be my opinions, and all of the gameplay that you're watching in this video is actually from my live stream, which happened earlier today. If you want to check out my live streams, they are linked down below over on Twitch. I'm going to be streaming way more frequently than I used to every single morning throughout the week at around 9 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. Some days will change here and there as things are released and come out, but for now, that's going to be the schedule. So if you want to check out those streams, it'll be linked down in the description. But without further ado, let's get into my opinions. So overall, the game feels good. It feels much better, quicker, faster, and I like the TTK compared to Modern Warfare 2. If you didn't know, the TTK is longer. The basic health of a player was 100. In this game, it is 150. Essentially, that adds 1 to 2 more bullets to kill, depending on which weapons you are using. As far as the weapons in the game, they look and sound really good. I like the sound of the hit marker compared to Modern Warfare 2. That's a very small thing. There are some balancing issues that we will get into a little bit later on in the video, but as a whole, I like the way the weapons feel. The other thing with this game is the Call of Duty basics in it are good. And what I mean by that is having red dots on the minimap is absolutely huge. The movement mechanics, being able to move around faster, more aggressively without being punished, is definitely a good thing. A lot of the things that people complained about within Modern Warfare 2 were actually changed in this game. Why they were never addressed in Modern Warfare 2, I guess we can just chalk it up to Infinity Ward being stubborn and not wanting to go back on the things that they thought were right for the game, which overall had a very big deterrent on people playing Modern Warfare 2 more. The audio and visuals are really good in this game, except for one thing, that is player visibility. That is one thing we're going to talk about at the end of the video because it's one of the worst things in the beta. The weapon play is good, aside for a couple of things. Basic weapon balance needs to be adjusted, and we will get into that. Once this game is fully released and all of the weapon challenges and in-game challenges are there, there is going to be a lot of content. As far as the maps in this game, for the most part, I enjoy the maps. Estate, I'm not a really big fan of, and Ground War, I'm not a really big fan of. I've never been a fan of Ground War. If you liked Ground War in the past in Modern Warfare 2019, you're going to like Ground War again. It was just never for me. I don't like the tanks. They just make me frustrated. The only way for me to really play that mode is to sit back with a sniper, and I get bored doing so. So not my cup of tea, but as a whole, the maps are good. They're Modern Warfare 2 maps. Now, moving into some of the more things that I disliked. For some reason, I didn't like the maps that they chose for this game. Because we played these maps before in Modern Warfare 2, we know what to expect and what maps are coming, and the ones that they chose just simply weren't the ones that I would have chose. High Rise is, and it's coming next weekend, and Rust is, it was there later this weekend, but as a whole, I probably wouldn't have chose Skid Row, definitely not Estate. Favela is fun, but the more people play it, the more people are camping in those roofs and middle buildings. So as we go and adjust, players are going to play maps differently. But as a whole, I like the maps. It's good to see these ones return. They have nostalgia, and as a whole, they're just good Call of Duty maps. As I mentioned, weapon balancing feels a little bit weird to me. I feel like I'm at a big disadvantage if I'm just not using an assault rifle. The MCW is my favorite weapon. It's just super easy to use, kills really quickly. The Striker, which is an SMG, is really, really good as well. But if I'm not using an assault rifle or an SMG, I feel at a pretty big disadvantage. I don't see a point of using a battle rifle or a marksman rifle or an LMG One of the shotguns is really good. The Lockwood is really good, and snipers can be good if you're good with a sniper rifle. But as a whole, I think some of the weapons need to be adjusted for sure. Striker being one of them, MCW being one of them, and just maybe the LMGs being brought up. Now, keep in mind, into the beta, the weapon leveling is very slow. I think it's good for the final launch of the game, but for a beta, it just doesn't give me the opportunity to use all of the attachments. The other thing is, once the game is fully released, we're going to have all of the attachments on all the Modern Warfare 2 weapons carry over to the ones that we have now, and that's going to open up a whole bunch of new opportunities for classes as well. So again, adding that more content once the game's fully released, there's going to be that much more there. The other thing that I think needs to be changed is slide canceling. They're making movement a very big thing in this game. However, there's this little weird delay after you slide cancel that kind of stops you from shooting as fast as most people would want to. And if they're implementing the movement in the way that they say they are, there is a perk that changes that, but I don't necessarily think that should be locked behind a perk, and probably will be addressed. And one thing I will say that's been great about the beta is they are addressing things that are broken very, very quickly. The biggest one being battle rage at the very beginning. It was broken too strong. And one thing that I've noticed since then is I really miss stims. Stims in this game would be a lot more powerful than they were in previous games, simply because there is more health. So health regeneration is that much more important, and that's why battle rage was so strong. So I definitely think stims being added in the game, I don't know if they're there in the final build. I would enjoy it, and it would allow me to play more aggressively, get in there, get in a gunfight, stim, get back into the fight a little bit faster, and having that be an option. Now, I don't know if that is going to be a thing, but I'm just saying that I would like it. One thing I have seen a lot of people talking about, because every single beta they do, is skill-based matchmaking. Now, I'm going to be honest with you. A lot of people are saying the skill-based matchmaking has seemed really strong within the beta. Personally, I haven't necessarily seen that. I've had lobbies that I get into and get absolutely destroyed, and lobbies that I get into where it doesn't look like people know how to use a controller. And these have been back-to-back games. Could it be chalked up to retention-based matchmaking and them wanting me to play more? Absolutely. However, in previous games, I just felt like it just got worse and worse and worse the more I've played, and I haven't had that experience. It doesn't mean it's not there, and I haven't played as much as other people. So I'm not saying skill-based matchmaking isn't there whatsoever. I almost guarantee you that it is, but I haven't been really destroyed by it like I have in previous other games. Spawns are another one. Spawns work differently in this game than they did in Modern Warfare 2 or Modern Warfare 2019. In Modern Warfare 2019 and Modern Warfare 2, they had something called squad-based spawning, where you'd spawn closest to your teammates, which I didn't really like. In this game, it's something different, maybe a combination of old school spawns and new ones. I don't understand how it works. I believe the exclusive Ace is working on a video on it, but to me, it feels better. But at the same time, I've been playing on Rust and watched players spawn, players watched me spawn, and just spawns need to be worked on just like they do in every single beta. Now, the one thing that I have talked a lot about over on Twitter, again, linked down below, that I have not seen a lot of people say anything about is the streaks. I don't like the streaks in this game. In my opinion, they're really, really boring. They're not good enough. The Juggernaut is fun to play as, but again, it's not your typical Call of Duty streaks. I'm hoping once the game is fully released, there's a lot better of streaks. More fun, just work better, get you more kills. And I would also love to see lappable streaks come in. So once you earn all your streaks, you can earn them all over and over again like older Call of Duty games. But I have a feeling that that one's not happening. It's not a big deal if they don't. I just think it would be fun. Going and playing these maps with the streaks that are currently there. When I played these maps before, I was playing the original Modern Warfare 2, and streaks in that game were insane. You had the Harrier that just nuked everyone. You had the Pavlo that nuked everyone. You had the AC-130, you had the Chopper Gunner, and the Nuke. And all of these streaks stacked. And what that means is that all of those kills you got with those streaks counted towards your current kill streak, which means if you got a Harrier, you had a really good chance of getting a 25 kill streak, getting a nuke, ending the game. And that was a lot of fun. And I get why they don't want to do that. Players are better now. People would be getting nukes all the time. At the same time, I still want the streaks to be good and rewarding and fun. So I'm hoping they have better ones, hoping they have new ones. I'm sure they will at full release because there's not a lot in this current build. Now, two worst things about this beta, in my opinion. Number one is player visibility. It is hard to tell your teammates from your enemies, and that it causes a whole world of problems. There are certain situations that make it worse, but apparently in the original build that people played of this game, teammates and enemies were actually like completely highlighted in their color and very easy to see, and they removed that going into the beta. So I'm hoping they put something like that. It doesn't have to be that obvious, but I have a lot of struggles telling which are teammates and which aren't. And I've shot a lot of teammates because of it. And if I was playing hardcore, that would be a very big issue. The other big one, and I haven't seen a lot of people talk about this, is joining games in progress. I play full games when I play. I play all the way through. I don't leave. And when I do, I'm used to getting put into a fresh lobby. And in this game, just like previous games, parties disband, which means you're playing with a whole new set of players every single game. It's a part of skill-based matchmaking, hence why I said it's definitely in the game. I just don't know how strong it is. And when it does that, I'm like to be put into the beginning of a game, but over and over again, every time I finish a game, it is putting me into games that are quite literally half, if not more, finished. So I get in there, get like 10 kills, and the game's over. There's like 2 minutes left in the game, and it's really, really annoying. And it doesn't matter whether I leave a game, stay in for the whole time, it is putting me into these over and over and over again. And I'm not even getting to play a full game, which oftentimes when you get put into those games, you get put in with really bad players because their teammates have left because their team is doing bad, or the other team has a whole bunch of kill streaks up, or the other team is just better. Because of that, you're getting put into these games where you're just getting dumped on constantly. And I don't like that whatsoever. Now, if I had my way, lobbies just wouldn't disband. Your lobby would stay together. The people that would leave, and new players would fill it, and you would just stay in there and you could keep playing these lobbies over and over again. Are they doing that? It doesn't look like it, but map voting is fantastic. I'm very glad that that is back. Everyone knows to skip a state. Yes, I don't like that map. Don't care what anyone has to say. It's just too big. Now, the other thing, and this is based off of a rumor, is some of the maps in Modern Warfare 2 that we know are coming are big. We have Wasteland, we have Afghan, we have Derail, we have Estate. All of these maps would play better with 10 people in a lobby, or even 12 people in a lobby, like classic Ground War. There's a rumor that those lobbies will be coming at the launch of the game, if not shortly after. And I think that is 100% needed, especially on Derail. That map is massive. So hopefully that does, and hopefully that's a good thing. But as of right now, I'm very positive about Modern Warfare 3. Yes, it's a beta, and I am getting bored with just the limited amount of maps that we have. The fact that there's no weapon challenges. There's really no point for me to level up all of the weapons just because it's going to get removed down the road. So yeah, you get bored with the beta, but once the game is fully out, leveling up all your weapons, getting all the camos, doing everything to complete that there is to complete is going to be fun in this game. And I'm really positive about that at this point. And like I said at the beginning of the video, this is the most positive I think I have ever been about a beta for a Call of Duty game. If you go back and look at the previous ones, I just wasn't having a lot of fun with them. This one, I am, and that's definitely a good thing moving forward. I tweeted this a couple days ago, and I think a lot of people have a sour taste in their mouth about Call of Duty right now because of Modern Warfare 2, the lack of changes that people requested, and the fact that we're getting a Modern Warfare 3 is just a sequel to it. I've heard a lot of people say that this is just a $70 DLC, and after playing it, I can confirm that that is not the case. Not only are we getting a refreshed multiplayer, yes, they're old maps, but we are getting new weapons, new mechanics, new movement, new streaks, new things along those lines that are very different than Modern Warfare 2. But on top of that, we are getting a new campaign, the new zombies mode, and a bunch of things like that. So I am pretty confident in saying this is not just a $70 DLC like people are saying or rumored. And I think once you get your hands on the game, you're going to realize that this is worthwhile to give a shot. And all in all, I've been really enjoying it. So right now, I give it a solid 7.2 out of 10. If player visibility is fixed, joining games in progress, and a little bit of weapon balance, I think this thing goes up to an 8.5 and can only get better post-launch with challenges and things like that. And that sounds incredibly positive for a Call of Duty game. And let me tell you, it is. But like I said, I want to hear what you guys have to say. Let me know your thoughts down in the comments. If you're enjoying the beta, if you're not, let me know your thoughts. I'm curious to hear what you guys have to say. If you enjoyed the video, hit that like button. Check out my streams. They'll be pretty much every day of the week. So that Twitch link is down in the description. Subscribe and turn notifications on to stay up to date on all my videos. And as always, thank you so much for watching. And until next time, peace out.
We are